Hey guys, it is Mike with Come the Night. Welcome back to another Song Suggestion Friday. It has been a while. I got back from vacation as of watching this a couple days ago, and it was pretty excellent. I got some much needed rest, I got some much needed time with family, and I feel fantastic. This is the show where you guys put your suggestions of songs you'd like my feedback on in the comments below. If you want to up your chances of getting your suggestion on the show, you can support me on Patreon. That's a whole topic I need to talk about later this week. And I have a really awesome new t-shirt designed by one of you guys, inspired by one of you guys, in the link below. If you want to know the rules of Song Suggestion Friday, there's a link to that video down below as well. Let's get into it. Heart-shaped box, as reinterpreted for the show Westworld. I hate this damn microphone stand with a passion of 1,000 burning suns. It's truly the worst. For any of you that know my feelings on Nirvana, obviously I prefer this interpretation. This is a classical ensemble. Has a more agreeable timbre for me. There's no Kurt Cobain singing. There is a greater dynamic range. I don't normally take covers on this show. It is very rare that I do, and I'm not sure if I've already reviewed this one or not. But I picked this one for a specific reason. This illustrates why I am not a fan of Nirvana. The change in arrangement further emphasizes the weakness of the chorus, in my opinion. The verse is catchy and elegant. The chorus feels forced and clunky. Part that should be the hey, wait, is like a payoff to a culmination of passion and tension, and then it's immediately undermined by the following part that would be scrapped in an average songwriting session. It's a lazily meandering conjunctive melody line that you would find in an elementary school music exercise book. The elegance and dementia of the verse is paid off with that culmination of the hey, wait, which, by the way, in this interpretation, it goes to about a mezzo forte that should be fortissimo. That was bothering me. And again, this is undermined by a callback to our verse melody that's really not very musical and all in all feels just lazily tagged on. It's not satisfying. It's a fine song. I think this interpretation is much better. I just feel that the source material is inherently flawed. Total grade for this song, =. Constant Sleep by Caravan. Riffage, and more riffage. Lots of djenting. I'll be honest, it's like a less satisfying Meshuggah to me. The vocals are good, solid growls. At 121, they do this weird affected guitar that has this dissonant harmony. I don't really get it, but I mean, it's cool enough, I guess. It's neat. The rhythm of this song is highly disjunctive. It's definitely not my thing. This song really does not speak to me, and that's a big reason why. That, and also it's just a whole bunch of riffage and hanging on rhythmically of one note for the most part. But I mean, for brutality, this song gets an A+. Great tone, great recording, great mixing. The kick is super punchy, but the dive bombs that they kind of throw in near the beginning and near the end just really don't do anything for me. This song's just not my thing. Total grade for this song, =. Stand Out, Fit In by One OK Rock. Interesting sound palette, soft and cool. This song is definitely poppier than my taste. It has a catchy verse melody, and it's actually a little irritating to me. When he does his falsetto voice, that's very nice. I'd say the vocals are decent all around. The chorus kind of pisses me off, and really the whole thing just feels like it's recycled all of its pop predecessors before it. I'll say the production's very good. They're relying a little bit too much on the timbre to carry this song. The composition, the core of it, has next to no substance, and even the individual parts of each instrument, kind of boring. It's not bad, it's just not my thing. It did not excite me for long. Total grade for this song, =. Mambo by Schrader. This is just a cello ensemble piece. I like the percussive nature of the rhythm cello. The lead cello feels a little awkward at parts, feels like he's improvising some of these, and it doesn't quite come across as like intentional. Some of the harmonies here are pretty cool. They go to a chord progression, the 1, 6, 4, 5, and that's one of these standards. It's a favorite of mine. Obviously it is its own cliche, but I mean, it's dark, it's melancholy, it's me. And the melody at this part feels pretty Eastern European. I like that. They have a crescendo at 250-ish. That's pretty cool. They have a buildup of harmonies. Then it goes immediately to the pop 4 chords, and normally you'd hear me complain about it, but actually I thought it was rather cute. This song is just quite pleasant. It'd be nice to have on in the background. It's very mellow, but it has personality to it. Total grade for this song, =. Lone Digger by Caravan Palace. I've actually heard this one before. This band may actually make my next top 10 underrated artist list. The aesthetic of this band is very cool and very unique. Granted, it is a gimmick, and a lot of the songs do sound the same. I just happen to really like this gimmick, and I think it's fun. It's 1920s swing jazz electropop fusion. I know this sounds dirty and gross, and it should never be, but it actually sounds surprisingly fun and wonderful. I absolutely love the melodic phrasing throughout. There's a bunch of little ear candy hidden here and there. The rapping in the chorus is fun. I love that old phonograph filter that they threw over some of the instruments, and then they blend that and contrast it against the very new robotic, so clean it's unnatural samples and synths. It's just a really cool palette to play with. Even though most of these songs are 4 to the floor for the most part, there are different elements that give you that swing dance vibe that are more rhythmically interesting. They have cool rhythms in each of the instruments that kind of play off of one another. I just love it. Total grade for this song, +. Panic Room by Silent Planet. I do not care for the intro vocals, and he kind of recalls this later in the song. I do like the chord color in the intro. This song makes me understand why Circle of Tone bitches about modern metal and even modern prog metal. It has, and I've listed it off here, mid-range growls, minor second intervals on distorted guitar, gent-inspired riffs, a quiet section that uses the same effects that is harmonically weird and ethereal and minimalist, and the bass follows the guitar, a big halftime part with big chords and cymbal on the quarter note. It's literally predictable. I had someone try to make the argument to me on the Billboard video I did for Fine Brothers that, you know, there's a lot of metal that sounds the same too. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm well aware. We're in agreement on that point. It's not that I don't like it per se, it is pretty fucking brutal. Besides the weirdness of the vocals at some parts, which I've already expressed that I don't like, there really isn't anything to separate this from anything else. Total grade for this song, =. Passenger by the Deftones. The intro felt a little unnecessary. Maybe in the context of the album it makes more sense. The main riff, which winds up being the chorus riff, is simple but cool. I really do not care for the guitar tone here. It's far too thin and gritty. I will say the bass tone is pleasant. I don't care as much for the whiny vocals in the verse. When he starts getting a little more passionate with them in the chorus, I enjoy that more. Aesthetically, those whiny vocals fit well. It's just not my thing. This song feels very inspired by Tool. The chorus is pretty cool. The melody throughout the song is nice. Melody is very delicate in the verses and passionate in the choruses. This song definitely has a distinct flavor, even though it has reminiscence of other things in it. I would probably get down with this song a lot more with a different guitar tone. Kind of wish the bridge riff, like the heavy part of it, was a little more varied. As when they do the bridge kind of as the outro part, that was cool. I like that. Altogether, this song is cool for what it is. Total grade for this song, =. Citizen Kane by, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, but HYUKOH. Immediately, I am not digging the drums or the fuzz on the guitars. Combined with the guitars meandering out of tune of one another and with themselves, and with the very simplistic melodic phrasing of each of these parts, I understand what they're trying to go for is something raw. It's really not the type of rawness I enjoy. I always find that this type of rawness comes off to me as immature and ill thought out. I really do not like these vocals. Both the singing style and the excessive amount of reverb, we're talking like 80s synth pop style vocals here, folks, really does not mix well with this very grounded, angry, low reverb guitar and drums. At 103, we have this whoa, whoa, whoa part that is so cliched, it pisses me off. I feel like it's just needlessly injected into there because they're like, oh, our song's not catchy, we need something that's catchy, and it lasts for 40 fucking seconds. The melodies are decent. You have some basic blues melodies in the verses, and then more of a pentatonic chant for that whoa 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 part. The guitar tone on the, for lack of a better term, guitar solo, I actually found quite interesting. It almost sounded like there was a synth saw wave filter on there with a bunch of grit. Some people may like this. If you haven't been able to tell, I certainly don't. Total grade for this song, $. Deathwish by Red Sun Rising. That intro riff feels so familiar. I actually really like the simplicity of the intro. It's just guitar and vocal. I think there might be kick drum, I'm not sure. But the contour of both of these melodies is the same rhythmically, but different harmonically. They have different notes. And I actually thought that was really cool. That's something when I think about it in my head, I shouldn't like it, but in practice was really cool. This is the type of rawness that I enjoy. As we continue the song, the vocals start to break rhythm with the guitar part, and it feels like it's earned at that point. This song is simple rock with some predictable drum parts, but I actually enjoy it. And there's also a variety of genres and feels in this song. I really like their melodies. The pre-chorus is pretty cool. I really like his vocal style throughout. He does a couple of different feels aesthetically. The chorus is very unexpected. Instead of building up even further with our emotion and making things louder and bigger, they actually kind of pull things back a little bit, give us a dance rhythm, and focus on building harmonies, also with longer notes in our melody. The second verse is actually pretty cool. It goes like American Western style percussion and rhythm, and then puts an Eastern European melody on top of that. The bridge comes off a little lame to me because they do that cliche indie pop rock thing. Go listen to it yourself. All in all, I was very surprised how much I enjoyed this. Total grade for this song, +. Death Blossoms by Rise Against. This band really didn't age well. It's kind of like pop punk is trying to reinvent itself for the 21st century. I'll say the melody is pretty good. I really cannot get down with his vocals, man. With the exception of the screams, because like those are competent, you know, but his actual regular vocals, not only are they technically not very good, but they're just void of any emotion. The bridge is pretty lame, to be honest, and in the post bridge, everything kind of falls out to just a kick drum on the quarter note beat, and then they feature the vocals because the vocals keep going. That was a mistake. At that point, all you're doing is drawing more attention to the flaws that are inherently in the vocals, and you're making, like, putting a fucking spotlight on it, dude. The writing isn't terrible. It kind of feels slightly Nirvana inspired with like a hint of nu metal and pop punk drums. Bleh. It's simple stuff. It can be fun. It's just not my thing. That should be the name of this episode, not my thing. Total grade for this song, $. My first suggestion for you this week is I Walk Beside You by Dream Theater. This is kind of their attempt at doing an UK alt rock, Christian rock type of thing. I haven't looked into the background of it. I've heard from people that this is supposed to be their Christian rock anthem type thing, and I mean, as far as the theology of a Christian God goes, it's inaccurate, which is why I actually have fun thinking like, yeah, on the surface you think it's a Christian rock song, but in reality the hidden message is it's really a stalker who is obsessed with this girl, and having that alternate interpretation of the lyrics actually had inspired me to make a Dream Theater rock opera. That's something that I've shelved for a long time, but man, if I could get the rights to that shit, I could make such a badass story. Either way, I really like this song. Is it cheesy? Yeah, it's probably cheesy. I like it. Go check it out. My next suggestion for you this week is Inside of You by Infant Sorrow. This is a joke song from the movie Forgetting Sarah Marshall. It's hilarious. Go listen to it. My last suggestion for you this week is The Divine Spirit of Language by Motoi Sakuraba. Sakuraba has a very definitive style. I like a lot of his work. This song comes from, not Valkyrie Profile, Star Ocean 3 or 2 or something, I don't fucking remember. It's a badass song, has great lead lines, and actually a pretty wicked solo. It's video game music. Go enjoy yourself. That is it for Song Suggestion Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your suggestions in the comments below. Make sure that you have seen the rules so that I don't get mad at you and delete your comments. Either way, yeah, go check out the shirt. The shirt's awesome. Please support me on Patreon. I could always use the support. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Become the Night. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on!